Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pills gonna cure my ill.
Look at producer Billy. Poetic license, they call that. Yes. Good morning, everyone. And of course, it's time for us to bring in our favorite family physician, Dr. Stan Anderson. Happy Valentine's Day, Dr. Stan.
Hey, Pam. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too.
All right. Well, we would all love to live longer, don't you think? I was talking about some things that you were going to discuss this morning, and I said, when I read your email, I felt like you were standing up in the middle of a stage with a microphone and, doing improv.
Well, I spoke to the Lions Club last night in North Canton, and this was pretty much the things. I had 15 minutes to talk, and I said, you guys stop me as soon as you're ready. And so an hour later, I finally said, it's getting kind of late. And so it was fun. Great group of people. Lions Club, they do some amazing things. They're such an amazing group. And so people should look into it. The Lions Club of North Canton, that was an amazing group.
Yeah, kudos to them for all they do. That's awesome. So give us some of your stuff.
Last night we were talking about living longer, living better, not developing diseases. And there were several things that just kind of came out. The first thing is, one of the most important things that is associated with longevity is relationships. It is friendships that you have that you maintain over time. In every study that's done, it's people that have good social interactions with people that you like. They are the ones that are more likely. And all of the Blue Zones, documentary that looked at people that live into their 90s and 100s, they are the ones that are the most likely. They have people in their lives that they enjoy interacting with. That is the number one commonality. The second thing is taking care of yourself. If you do some things that are not healthy, don't do that. So make sure that if you smoke, if you drink, if you chew, if you go with girls or boys who do, don't do that anymore. That's not healthy for you to be doing those things. Take care of yourself. You were created to be active. And so we talk about trying to get 10,000 steps a day. The simple way to think of that is, if possible, you simply try to be as active as possible with all of the chores that you have to do, and then try to be intentional about getting more activity for half an hour every day, whether you go to the gym, the Y, or even if you just walk around the house or go to the mall or whatever you would do. It's the fact that you're being intentional. And if you walk with a friend and you interact with that friend, that's even better because that makes the time fly by. The issue is that you're doing something intentionally. That's what making the difference is. And then you got to sleep well. This is probably one of the biggest things in our society that is so difficult because we have so many interruptions. And so many of us have been living our lives where we go to bed at midnight and wake up at 6, and we've been doing that our whole life. And now as we get into our 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, we kind of fall into the pattern, well, I fall asleep, then I have to wake up, whether it's to go to the bathroom or hear a noise or something, and then I can't fall back asleep. So sometimes taking some zinc, some magnesium, that helps to restore the balance of the minerals in the brain, and that's what makes a big difference with helping us to be able to sleep so much better. The problem is so many people start it, they do it for a week, maybe they do it for 2 weeks, that didn't work, so they stop doing it. The issue is that if you really want to give it a good go, you need to try that for a good 2 months because it may take that long of taking zinc and magnesium for you to get the levels in the brain. And what's the dose of zinc and magnesium? A rule of thumb is get the simplest, cheapest one, which is zinc 50 milligrams and magnesium 250 milligrams. What brand does not matter. Go with the cheapest one. So social interactions, getting good exercise, not doing things that are dangerous, and getting good sleep. Those are some of the fundamental things. The final thing is the nutrition. What you want to do is you want to say, okay, am I eating a balanced diet? What we now know is that forever plastics are in everything, so try to limit the things that have a lot of plastic. Don't microwave food in a plastic container. That is something that drives the microplastics into the food, and you're more likely to have those forever plastics in your system from then on. If you wanted to know what supplements might be better, there's some data that taking a little touch of the fish oils, that makes a difference. The omega-3, the omega-6, those seem to help a lot of people. And then vitamin D, taking 1,000 of vitamin D, that helps your regenerative, your restorative functions so that you can recover from things that happen to you more frequently. It's all of the kind of things. I mean, if you really think about it, those were the same things that every mother tells their child. Take care of yourself, get good exercise, take your nap, do the things, be nice to your friends, enjoy people that you're with, and eat healthy. Those are all of the same things that every one of our mothers, they told us it's still a good idea to maintain that for your entire life.
And is it very hard to reverse any of the things? I mean, if you've been doing smoking, drinking, whatever it might be, it's not too late to start, but obviously, but is it hard to reverse some of the things?
Yeah, part of it is habits. We get into patterns. We get into habits that are just difficult. So if you always end up having, for instance, a cocktail at night and you're trying to cut back on alcohol, it's that habit and you begin to crave it. If you've smoked and you stop smoking, what we do know is after somewhere around 12 years, all of the damage from smoking is pretty much going to be resolved. What we do know is that Medicare pays for getting an ultrasound looking for an abdominal aortic aneurysm for men who smoked, and then there's lung CTs for people who smoked about a 20-pack year history. Those are the things that you can get, and they're covered as part of Medicare. So talk to your healthcare provider, because at your regular once-a-year wellness exam, they'll talk with you about getting those things, and it should be free. So, yes, the longer that you go doing the things that are healthy, the more likely it is that things are going to resolve.
All right. Lots of good stuff, Dr. Stan, especially on love yourself on this Valentine's Day. How about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Be kind to people. This would be a great day to show love to everyone. So to everyone out there, happy Valentine's Day. Be the Valentine that you want other people to be.
All right. Sounds great. We'll talk next week, Dr. Stan.
Hey, I look forward to it. Thanks, Pam.
Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook.
If you missed